Welcome back, everyone, to tonight's stream of Final Fantasy X and our Hardcore Nuzlocke Challenge. If you join us in the chat, great to have you with us. We're just loading up attempt number 9. And if you're watching back on the VOD, welcome to the challenge. If this is your first time, consider dropping a like, smashing the subscribe button if you're not part of the JitKeek community, and let me know your thoughts on the challenge and the video. Always great to get feedback from the audience, just letting me know how I'm pushing out this content. Let me know your thoughts, and yeah, just let me know anything really to do with the channel or the challenge. Always good to get feedback from you all. Now, where are we starting tonight? We're starting actually in Luca, which we haven't started a stream from in quite a while. So it's going to be interesting. We've already got Tidus with Slayer, and we actually managed to pick up a Dark Touch weapon for him in after the fight versus Sinspawn Janae. So we're in a position where we can actually afford to prioritize Wakka's Thunderstrike weapon from the Oblitzerator. That's going to come after some grinding versus the workers. And as I did in the previous stream, I'm actually going to not spend too long in Luca in terms of battling the workers. I'm probably looking to spend about half an hour. So yeah, it's not going to be long, right? I'm just trying to think what is going to be best for Tidus here. Wakka, I don't actually think we've got much to equip because we're going to lose him in a moment. So we're going to have to just stick any old thing on, really. They don't inflict sleep, but, you know, the only thing I can put on at the minute. Magic +3, we can actually equip that because Lulu is not going to double up with Yuna. I'm going to try Dark Touch versus the workers. That's going to be a slightly different strategy than we've used before. Usually we go with the Sunning Steel versus the workers and attempt to get the slow in. But if I can land a Darkness, that'd be good as well. So Tidus has got the Slayer. I'm actually just going to quickly check what my current status is for Wakka and Slayer. He can't be that far off, surely. So for all those that don't know, I am using 18 left to go. So again, I am using an application called Far Playing Editor. So if you just type into Google Far Playing Editor FFX, it'll come up and you can download it straight away. Really useful piece of kit. And I can see that Wakka's got 18 kills left to give himself Slayer Overdrive mode, which does help with Wakka. So if this isn't our final attempt, which I don't think it will be, right, I'm actually going to spend about 45 minutes to an hour grinding in Besaid. That means I'm likely to get everything I could possibly want from Besaid minus waterproof. I've come to terms that waterproof is going to be a 1 in a million. And if I do eventually get it, that will likely be a save state. So other than that, I think we're just going to progress forward with the events in Luca. And obviously we're going to lose Tidus and Yuna for now, but that's not going to be an issue. So let's just resave, and we'll get things started. We'll get things moving. Now, I think we have bought everything that we needed from Wakka. The other thing I am conscious we're going to get round here is a lot of high potions, which is going to be absolutely critical for our Gil. Because as I remembered in attempt number 8, 7 and 6, we needed more Gil than we actually had. So the more high potions we can get, the more we can sell back to a Wakka. And what that just means is the more money we've got, and we don't really have to start worrying about Gil then. So I want to be in a position where I'm confident we've got enough money to do whatever we need to do. We can't go back, can we? No. I was going to say, I was going to go and do like half an hour of grinding in Besaid again. I don't think you get any things around here. It's interesting, the crane isn't there, and it's only there once the Oblitzerator comes. I've never noticed that before, to be honest. Right. Let's see if there's... I can never remember if there's any chests in here. I'll have to get the strategy guide set up in a sec. So if you're joining in the live chat, great to have you with us. Let me know what you're up to this Thursday. I can't believe it's Thursday already. And thanks to everyone who joined in on Jit Geek in the week. It wasn't yesterday. Yesterday I was out with the missus. Wednesday we had a great stream. And yeah, that went really well. So for those all, I'm counting on you, bud. For those that joined in, really hope you enjoyed it. There is actually an extra item we can go and get, which is just past Biggs and Wedge there. Unless I've already got it in the previous stream. No, I didn't. It's the extra high potions. Wonderful. Now, let's move on with... Oh, I haven't got the cutscene remover on. Let's just stick that on. I don't want to be doing all these all day. The cutscenes are great, right? But some of this grinding, especially in a hardcore Nuzlocke, it makes all the difference. Let's have a look. It's interesting. You can buy additional weapons. Let's just see who would benefit from that, actually. Tidus absolutely would, so we'll get a shield. And we'll equip that. Metal ring, no. Metal arm guard, probably. Let's just sell some stuff. We can... It's a shame that's got a free slot, because I'd sack that off straight away. We're actually going to need that water strike. What have we got here? Has Lulu got a water ward somewhere else? We've got some really good stuff actually at the minute. That is probably not going to be useful, but we're going to keep it nonetheless. I may revisit this beforehand, but it looks like Tidus actually is probably going to make the most of that +3 defense, especially... Actually, I do need one for Waka. That would be best. So let's just get something sold, something I won't need going forward. If you are joining us in the chat as well, we have got the chat poll going. I've got a very interesting question for you all tonight, which is, will Tidus die on Mihen Highroad? Because the last 2 attempts, or the furthest attempts we've made it so far, he's either died to the Garuda in Luca, in Mihen, via an ambush, or on Mushroom Rock. Or will he survive? Will we get to Sinspawn Gui with Tidus in the party? That can go, that's fine. So, Metal Arm Guard is actually going to be useful. The rest, not so much, because the only one that would benefit is Auron, but we haven't got Auron yet, so... is there anyone else selling stuff? No. We can get the 1000 gil from here. So that's going to actually purchase Auron's stuff for us, which is really good. And that means we're not going to have to sell anything. I could have done with getting that actually before we sold that Dark Ward, but I don't think we're going to need Dark Ward for Lulu at any point in this challenge. So we've lost Yuna, we've lost Kamari. So what I'll do is then it's 6:15 my end. So we'll go grinding the workers until what time? Let's have a look. 6:45 my time. I think that'll be ample time to potentially get some drops. And I think, to be honest, I think after about 10 minutes, I'm actually going to reset for some better RNG. Oh, I just need to get my phone on charge. Bear with me. Sorry about the noise, if you can hear anything. Any rackets. Right, this is my test, to be honest. So it's immune to darkness, so I'm just going to have to really just switch back to the slow touch. That's going to prove the most effective strategy against these workers. It is a shame, though, that Tidus doesn't have a lightning strike here. What we are looking to grind for, though, I've just realised, is Tidus's overdrives. Right, Tidus overdrive used 6. Ideally, I want that up to 30. So the quicker we can get... what's the name? The quicker we can get to energy rain... Sorry, the quicker we can actually get to Tidus getting a kill, the quicker we can get to energy rain. I don't think I'm going to do that in half an hour, though, because these enemies are a lot tougher. And that's, I guess, the problem with us only doing half an hour of grinding in Besaid. We're lacking Tidus's overdrive modes, and they proved absolutely essential in attempt number 7. So that's the trade-off we've had to make. Equally, though, that's not to say that we can't make it through Luca without energy rain. It just means we don't have to rely on Whacker's overdrive as much. So I'll be trying to get over Tidus's overdrives up as quick as possible. We did get that Slayer overdrive mode, though, and as you've just seen there, it's proving very effective. So I'm not going to waste any chances with regards to the potions here. I'm just going to get healed. This is the part that I worry about, because there's back-to-back. I think there's like 4... I think there's 4 different battles here. I'm just lucky that Kamari's got that Lancet. And it just means, I think, that the lads can get it done. Now, Lulu with one shot there is just so important. I could actually do with Kamari having a sensor here. 163. I'm hoping this does enough. Fantastic, that's good to know. So it does about 160 damage. Excuse me. So that just allows me to keep track of the... Oh, that was a bit of a wasted turn. It just allows me to keep track of the damage here with that Kamari sensor. Coming in clutch, to be fair. Lulu doing a bit more, actually, with the magic because of that +3 magic. And that slow proving very useful here, allowing Tidus to get the kill. So he's back up to 40% already. And, excuse me, another water strike weapon. That is just... Oh, I'm sick of seeing water strike weapons. It's arguably the worst drop in the game. Apart from no drop, of course. But I think we are, apart from Tidus's overdrives, pretty up straight for the events of Luca. I just need to make sure that Tidus gets an overdrive relay. Either Slice and Dice and Energy Rain, or just Slice and Dice. But my new optimization is obviously to buy what equipment we can get, whether that's a +3 or a +5 defense or magic defense or HP. I'm all for it. Give me basically everything you've got, because that way I've got full flexibility when it comes to equipment. Excuse me. And getting crits with Tidus as well allows me to just take maybe one less turn of damage. So Tidus now should be able to take this out. We're already back up to Tidus's Overdrive. So it's not going to be long until we get that slice and dice. But I did sacrifice more of a punchy start in Besaid. Versus grinding for Tidus's Overdrives. Because yes, we are grinding for waterproofs. But ultimately, what I want out of those encounters is Tidus's Overdrive modes and Overdrives. So that did 145, so I've got to factor that in, really. Not that I think that's going to be an issue, but yeah, it just means I've got to be careful when I go in for the kill. Come on, critical. No. See, if I get a critical there, it just means Tidus doesn't have to face that second attack. But we've already used 2, so let me just check the editor. Yeah, so we're already on 6. That's fine. And I'm not going to be frugal with my HP here. I'm just going to probably make sure every time I get hit or a couple of hits, I'm going to get a healing. Now, the more ambushes, the better in my eyes, because there is a chance with a critical off Tidus that I can avoid any damage in one round. I've just really got to make sure, though, that Tidus gets the final kill on these. No drops apart from that freaking water strike weapon. Now, I don't mind the attacks being on Kimahri, to be honest, because 1, he's got Lancet, 2, he's got high defense, and 3, he's got the highest HP. So it helps. I've had no luck with the drops though yet, so I'm really hoping probably in a couple of minutes yeah, we get some decent luck, or even after the reset. I am going to be resetting because drops here are going to be absolutely critical. So they're just going to be very useful, to be fair, for the rest of the game. Particularly if we get something like we did on attempt number 8, which was a moon shield for Tidus, which had double SOS. I couldn't have asked for any more than that, really. Nice miss from Lulu there. Lulu's got such good evasion as base. Right, we'll go back. The other good thing about Tidus picking up that Dark Touch weapon in the previous session was I can now grind for a Thunderstrike weapon from Oblitzerator for Waka. And what that means is, not only does he one-shot the fish, but he also... Let me just get this. He also one-shots the floating guy on Mihen. So if I'm actually thinking of doing a more tankier strategy on Mihen and having Waka in the front liners instead of Tidus. I just think that's going to allow me to tank more hits if we do end up getting an ambush. So all of these minute kind of optimizations here and there will contribute, I believe, to a more successful Mihen and a more successful Mushroom Rock. Excuse me. Because once we get to Owaka before Sinspawn Gui, we've got access to the, what's her name? The initiative weapon for Auron. So it just means we no longer have to face any sort of ambush, which is going to be critical. So we basically need to get to Sinspawn Gui without receiving an ambush or without getting a game over or losing a character from an ambush. If I lose a character before Sinspawn Gui, I am continuing to believe that we might as well just start again. Because everyone plays a very, very critical role before we get to the events of Riku after the extractor. And especially if we can get Kimahri with Stone Breath, that would just be an absolute game changer. Just going to put in a quick reset. See if that RNG changes. Because if Kimahri can get Stone Breath, it means that I'm not reliant on Riku's overdrives against certain bosses, and especially against Seymour. Taking out those Guardos is going to be a fundamental part of beating Seymour 1. So just going to double check Tidus's overdrives again. Right, we're already at 9, which is good. Yeah, the key to... Oh, I didn't use it there, shit. The key to Seymour 1 is definitely going to be... Yes, having elemental equipment, but also potentially getting a very good drop with Riku's potentially a good drop from the basilisks, or a Stone Breath overdrive from Kimahri, or stealing a Petrify Grenade, which is the most unlikely outcome in my eyes. Now, I'm not saying that battle hinges on that, but... Well, actually, I'm trying to think, is there a way I can do 3,000-4,000 damage to Seymour and take out his cronies all at once? Or even do I need to take out the cronies? If I can take out Seymour in one hit with one of Riku's overdrives, that might actually just be enough. I've never actually thought about doing that before. Because if I can do that on the first turn... chances are I can use Yuna's following turn to bring out an overdrive, and an Aeon versus Anima, I believe, is GG. Because I don't think Aeons, are immune to Anima's death. Or am I just thinking about Dark Anima there, because I know Aeons aren't immune to Dark Anima's pain attack. Still, we're not getting drops. Yeah, I'll have to research that. There might be like an optimization I can do where Riku comes in for Tidus in the first turn, and we just take care of Seymour straight away. There's got to be that strategy out there. I might have to simulate that actually before we get to the events of Seymour, because really after, I know we've got the Thunder Plains and Macalania to deal with, but actually once we get Riku, the tide changes, stuff changes really. It becomes, I'm not saying it becomes much easier, but battles become less risky. And yes, there will be a much more reliance on Riku. But we won't be getting an ambush, that's the thing. It'll be a case of probably Tidus and Riku up front with their agility, and once we get Riku with Slayer, we can then just rely on Riku's Overdrive to carry us through a lot of random encounters. Because there aren't that many random encounters that are either less than 2,500 HP or susceptible to Death Stone and or Sleep. So, once we do get Riku, yeah, I've probably got to backtrack to Jose as well. 53. I have probably got to backtrack to Jose because I've had a thought, and if I'm reading between my own lines, I think I can actually get 2 attempts at getting Stone Breath for Kimahri. Because what I intended for these rules to be is I can only steal from the first encounter I get on a route. Now, if there's no one in the party that knows steal, i.e. if I haven't got Riku yet, then I'm in a position where I haven't kind of used that ruling. However, what I intended for the Kimahri Ronso Rage rule to be was... I'm saying this really badly, I know I am, but what I intended for that rule to be was if I wanted to not steal, but use that first encounter to gain a Ronso Rage, I can do that. I can sacrifice my steal in place of a Ronso Rage. Now, where that gets tricky, if I'm honest, is in the event that Kimahri Ronso Rages an enemy and gains that Overdrive. I guess I'm just going to have to do some sort of kind of, I don't know, save edit or something in that instance. I'm glad I saved it because that ambush could be lethal. Especially if I don't get the slow there with Tidus. Come on, a critical would be nice. No. Okay. After this overdrive, we're already up to 12 overdrives with Tidus. So actually, I think I'm going to stick around until I can get Energy Rain here. That'll just give me more of a chance to get some decent drops. And if we don't make it to... No, we will. Surely we will. We'll make it to Energy Rain in the next hour and a half. I'm pretty sure we will. I'm probably going to be streaming for about 2 hours. I definitely want to be in a position where I've got Energy Rain before I continue the events of Luca. So... Nice double crit there. Getting a crit where it doesn't matter though. Bit shit. And... yeah, I'm just hoping for A, some decent drops. B, I'm hoping for relatively quick turnaround to get this Energy Rain. And C, I'm hoping for a relatively painless event in Luca. Oh, wasted. Wasted on Kimahri there. But we did get a... okay, now we did get a Nuzlocke shield. Let's see. And we got a free slot. I actually don't mind that being on Tidus because, yes, he gets the Thunderproof. Yes, I know. But, technically, he's already got... what has he already got? He's already got Null Blaze. So it makes sense to likely have Tidus going into that Seymour fight in SOS HP. That's how I see it anyway. That's a potential strat. Nice to see we are getting a drop, though. Drop or two here or there, because it's going to be critical, I think, for the remainder of the run to get some decent drops from these workers. The next availability of good drops from these Macalania is going to obviously be in Bikanel, but that's a long way off. I've got so much to do before then. What pisses me off is when we get shit drops like that fireball or the water mamba for Lulu. Like, that could be an SOS. That could absolutely be an SOS. So, yes, I can replan if strategies don't go my way, but also I can go the opposite. I can replan if strategies do go my way. So if I get specific drops, like fucking Null Frost Shield. Oh my bloody god. Well, actually, that means that a combination of Yuna and Tidus can actually... Now, they can solo Natus at the moment. So what I'm actually thinking is, right now, Auron with wards and Shell and haste, and then Riku with proofs, and then a combination of Tidus and Yuna with haste only. That's going to be the Natus strat if we get there. If we get there. If we make it there. This also means now that arguably I cannot have Tidus in the front line versus the enemies on Mihen or Mushroom Rock. I think I've got to actually keep him in the background. So that's fantastic. We're getting some drops here. And I suppose if I do get lucky with some steals in Macalania or by the agency, I could potentially get some... No, it'd just be in Macalania, actually. Yeah, if I can get some good steals there, I can potentially put Null Tide on it, so Tidus could be soloing Seymour Natus on his own with a proof person. Long way to go till then, though. And we haven't really made it successfully to the extractor. I think the only time we did make it was on a bit of a dodgy starred attempt. What I'm calling star attempts, like attempt 8 star, is where we do kind of fail. I do want to reset, but I'm using the opportunity of getting that far to see what the battles are like. So actually, we've had what? I think we've had 6 drops now in less than half an hour, which is really good. Like, we've had 4 weapons and 2 shields for Tidus, and yet they could have been 6 SOSs. So if the coin lands on the right side for you, you can definitely get some really good outcomes from Luca. But we're getting there. We're getting there with Tidus's overdrives. It won't be long. I do wish, though, we'd gone back to Besaid. If it is starting to kind of like push on half 7 and we're nowhere near, then what I'll do is I'll just sack it off and we'll just go with Slice and Dice. Because I think with the Dark Touch and providing we get a Thunderball from the Oblitzerator, I think the events of Luca will be fine. Just means we've got to nail that Elementarials to make sure that we hit all of the what's-its, all of the fish in one go. I think we're up to about 15 now. Let me just check. $14, I think we're on. How many high potions? 84, right. I'm going to go and sell 50. Just so I remember and I can get some gil. And while Owaka's there.
Well.
Oh, I should have just dropped into the save sphere there. Never mind. So this is looking a bit dodge. Just for this... No, we'll be okay, actually. Lulu can take on at least one hit, which is good. And if Kamari... I was going to say if Kamari or Tidus got a critical, but... Sorry, if Tidus got a critical there. So lots of ifs, buts and maybes going into the events of Luca, really. I am optimistic, though, because we've got a Dark Touch for Tidus. It just means we have to re-strategize and get that Thunderstrike weapon for Waka early. But actually now I'm thinking that's probably a worthwhile optimization going forward. Why did I defend with Tidus? Tidus there. Because taking out that eye in Mihen is so important in one turn. That Confuse Ward, literally, it does not do me any favours. Like, that's a run ender. So, having Waka with that Lightning Strike is going to prove all the difference. Particularly if he... I think he gets a turn in before the eye. I'm going to have to check the agility, actually. So, he's got 7. I think the eye is a lot faster than that. I think it's like 8... No, it's probably... I think it's 9. Because I don't think it's as fast as Tidus or Yuna. And they've got 10 agility. Now, it is a shame Tidus can't do much more damage. Because we'd be getting overkills. And that would just mean more drops, really. But, is what it is. Tidus is so fundamental to this challenge as well. Not only because of his equipment and his overdrives, but because of that first strike weapon that we pick up in Macalania before the Spherimorph fight. So coming up to half an hour, and we've done, I think we've done approximately 9 or 10 overdrives. So I can do about 9 or 10 overdrives in a half an hour slot. So that means I've probably got another 45 minutes to go to get the other 15 done. Personally, I think we persevere because Slayer with Energy Rain is going to come in real clutch. And I'd rather do some preparing tonight versus steaming ahead and losing all of this great... Basically, all of this great optimization that we've managed to do in Attempt 9 so far. Because all of this could have been done so much faster in Besaid. I do regret now leaving so early. Yes, we can't get Kamari or Lulu's overdrive modes up, but... Well, I suppose we could get Lulu's overdrive modes up if we stayed there long enough. But we couldn't get Kamari's or Auron's. But I'm not really too fussed about theirs yet. Critical? No. So that's probably going to be the next optimization. Is we'll see if we get a water ward. We'll see if we get a waterproof. But actually, it's equally as important to get the right overdrive for Tidus, the right overdrives, the right overdrive modes for Tidus and Waka at least. And if we can get them for Lulu, even better. But also, making sure we get some okay equipment along the way, minus any water protection. I've just got to rack my brain, to be honest, as to where else we can get water protection from, or where else we can get a decent water drop. Because I think Chocobo Eater is a potential source, which is good. Unsure where after that, though. We do have the opportunity, though, to backtrack all the way to Besaid. So that might be what we do. As in, when we get Riku and before the events of... after the events of Spherimorph. Again, though, a fair way to get there. A fair way. We've got... we've got our two troublesome areas to deal with, which is Mihen and Mushroom Rock. That's fine. Tidus can take a few hits. He's a big lad. Just wish he could do about 80 damage. That's why I suppose it is good to have Tidus with the Lightning Strike here. Because more and more I've realised it's probably not worth spending the money on Kimahri getting that Lightning Strike. Chances are we're not going to use it here. Because I'd rather use Lancet because he gets turns quicker. So he actually gets more damage in quicker. But we're getting Lulu's Slayer Overdrive up, which actually she might already have. She has. She's got it. Let's put that on. Maybe we can get some extra drops. Yeah, I'm going to put that on. So I'm going to give it a couple of minutes and then I will... And then I'll reset for some better RNG again, or some hopefully better RNG. We'll get a couple more battles in, probably 3 or 4 more battles. Double miss from Tidus there, very nice. Triple miss from Tidus, very good. Yeah, I think the equipment has dried up on this save, so we shall do a quick reset in a couple of moments. Does Kimahri do that extra 20 or 30 damage with the Lightning Strike? Let me just equip that and then we'll find out. So usually it's Lancet. Oh, I don't know there. Right, there's no other sensor, I don't think. Let me just see if Lulu's got one actually. Oh, she has. Yeah, we'll swap to that. That'll be useful. So, it does 100 versus 60, so it does 40 more damage. Maybe Tidus with some high rolls gets the will one turn earlier. Let's see. Let's drop in a save. We'll do a quick restart. We've got some good drops so far for Tidus, but what I want is more drops in the time it's going to take me to get this energy rain. Because what I figured out in the previous session was that energy rain in Luca is basically a game changer. And yes, it might be a bit tedious, right? But I think it's also going to come in clutch as fuck versus enemies on Mihen and on Mushroom Rock, which has proven, if you've been watching, to be our absolute nemesis. Absolute nemesis. Especially an ambush on Mihen. For some reason, it's just... Oh, we might be able to get not an overkill, but we might be able to get the kill here. Yeah, Mihen with an ambush has just proven to be an absolute death trap. And to be quite honest, I am not looking forward to it again. But, like I said, when we've got that lightning strike weapon for Waka, and I think I'm going to go with a more tankier team strat on Mihen, I think we'll have a better chance of surviving even an ambush. Even an ambush. Right, I'm okay with Kamari having less health. That's fine. Just checking the sounds coming in okay. Always got to do the odd check here and there. No. Tidus. Oh, actually, I'm not going through the proper motions to see if Kamari can give me that that extra bit of damage. So, we start with Lancets. I think he can do 2 Lancets. Right, if that did an extra 40 damage, Tidus would get the kill there. So, I think a Lancet and then a Thunder attack. Yeah, a Lancet and then a Thunder attack is the optimal way to go about this. So, a Lancet? No. So it's I'm literally just shy by like 7. So, I think on the odd occasion, Tidus gets that. Yeah. I think on the odd occasion, Tidus makes that in 1 less hit, which is really good. So Kamari gets a better turn. So is this it now? So Tidus is 57. Actually, the +5 might do better. So let's switch to that. I think that might be the one. I think we've got the optimization. We get this done with them only having 1 turn. I think that's the optimization. I'm going to give it another 5-6 minutes and then I'm going to do another reset because I want these equipment drops. When I say that, it's doing 3 more bloody damage. So Lancet just means a couple of extra button taps, but now does Tidus do more? He does a fraction more. Fucking hell. Let's have a look on the Overdrive. Okay, so he's doing a little bit more, probably more consistently on the Overdrive. How are we looking on high potions? Let's go and sell a few more. Right, there's a great crit from Tidus there. Oh, he did just enough to get the kill there. God's sake. I'm after Tidus getting the kill, guys.
Well,
these high potions, absolute gold dust. Getting that Wongering because I'm going to need it. Mihen. The events of Mihen. Oh, Jesus Christ. Let's defend with Tidus. Nearly broke my own rule there. Not taking any chances there. Just going to heal up. May as well. I need to maximize the use of escape, of overdrives, of defend. All of these different tools that I've got at my disposal, I need to start remembering and maximizing. No way Tidus is doing 60 damage, 65 damage. And he gets 63 there. I think it's a bit of a toss of the coin whether Tidus is going to get that in one less hit, to be honest. Right, let's have a look. Yeah, he's got to do 65. He ain't doing that with one more hit. I might as well move back to the slow touch. I have noticed Tidus taking slightly more damage though, which is good. I'm proving that that +3 defense is giving me at least some additional coverage, really. At the end of the day, though, I'm really only going to die round here if I mess up. Maybe if I get, like, really unlucky. Oh, we got the triple. We've got the triple. He's got a null tide shield as well. What a fucking drop. Right, Tidus is extra critical now going into the rest of this game. So, we've got null blaze, null shock, null frost, null tide. I am fucking buzzing about that. Let's go. Let's go. Tidus has got all 4 null shocks. All 4 null shields. That is those are drops of the, I would say, drops of the challenge so far. And I've just realized that null tide means that we are somewhat safe from the extractor fight now. Which is great. Which is great, which means I've really only got to find Whacker a water ward now, or a waterproof. And obviously, I don't think I'm going to have the opportunity to go back to Besaid for a waterproof. Could be wrong. I'm going to have to check when we finish in Luca to see if we have to progress forward or if we can go back to Besaid. Maybe that's another thing I'm going to actually try out this time. Is to have a look if we can go back to Besaid or to Kilika. In case I ever need to get a critical piece of equipment, or I don't know, just sell some stuff, or well, I suppose I could sell some stuff in Luca. There's got to be another reason. How are we doing with Tidus overdrives? 19. Okay, now it's taking a while, isn't it? So we're actually averaging. Well, that's 10 now. With this one, it'll be. Sorry, with this one, it'll be 10. I'm actually going for a Thunder Fury here. Excellent. Lulu on critical is not what I want to see. May as well do for another reset to get some better RNG. The resets have proven absolutely critical in this attempt so far. I've managed to, in my eyes, get the best drops possible for Tidus. He's now got all four. He's now got all four null shields. I could ideally do with Lulu not getting as many drops going forward. I suppose I could grind something versus the Chocobo Eater for Waka. That would be doable. He is arguably my last ditch, my last easy way to get a Water Ward. So actually, I think that's what I'm going to have to do, is grind the Chocobo Eater for... Farm the Chocobo Eater for a Water Ward for Waka. Lulu with that, what's her name? With that Slayer Overdrive mode, coming in clutch there. Right. I don't really know what else I'm thinking would be good to have. Maybe Waka. Maybe get some stuff for Waka. But actually, I don't know if I... Oh, no, I do. I got a Fireball earlier. So, yes, I do get drops for Waka here still. Oh, I messed up there. Yeah, we can guarantee Tidus gets the KO here. Wonderful. And yeah, I'm just trying to think, what else would I actually benefit from here? I think the drops for Tidus are probably the best I could hope for. Maybe drops for Waka? Oh, I've done it again. I keep thinking that's Lulu. Kamari though with Lancet gets his turn really quickly. I mean, I'm just thinking, is Slice and Dice going to be enough for the pool? And I don't think it is. I think it's going to be not a hindrance, but because I haven't got the Lightning Ward and I don't plan to get the Lightning Ward. Right, I need to stop doing that. I don't plan to get the Lightning Ward for Lightning Ward, Lightning Strike for Tidus. It's a case of I need that energy rain to take care of the latter enemies. And by the latter enemies, I mean when we start getting the pods of 4. Oh, for God's sake. I don't want Kimahri getting the KO. I want Tidus. God's sake, I nearly went to the Oblitzerator slightly preemptively there. Never mind. I am hoping, though, to progress to Oblitzerator by 7:30 my time. So that's in 25 minutes. Oh, I've done it again. I thought my finger was on... I thought the option was on Lancet. See, Kimahri took 4 attacks there. And still wasn't in critical health. That just proves he is so good defensively. Critical? No. Getting a critical when it doesn't matter kind of annoys me. I need that earlier in the run. Right. How many Tidus overdrives are we on? I think it's 20 now. Yeah, fucking hell, there's a fair bit to go, isn't there? We just have to make sure that we optimize this stuff in the next 20 odd minutes. It really is a shame that Tidus hasn't got a lightning strike, and it's a shame we didn't spend that extra half an hour in Besaid getting Slice and Dice and Energy Rain. Because really, I've proven that I can get all of the equipment I want, basically, for Tidus in under an hour. Which is good going, in my eyes. Right, it was like, I think it was about 40 minutes of grinding here. Netted me, and multiple resets, netted me all 3 of Tidus's remaining SOS shields. Mamba Duo. Now, I tell you what I like about that. Cash. That's going to be good to sell to a whacker. Stuff like that is going to be useless for Lulu. The reason being, when we get to Guado-Salam, if we get to Guado-Salam, we're going to need all the cash we want, but we're going to get Lulu the Death Touch weapon. And she's going to hold that for quite a while, if not until endgame probably. Right, this is number 21, which is fab, which means we're on the home straight in terms of getting Energy Rain. Nice critical there from Tidus. Still don't get that overdrive though, which is annoying. Nice with the misses as well. The more misses, the merrier in my eyes. We'll chance an attack here. Come on. Tidus not getting a crit when I need it most. He just needs that extra 5 HP, which he doesn't get, which is slightly annoying, but is what it is. So, great to see a few of you in the chat. Let me know your thoughts on the chat question today. Will Tidus die in Mi'ihen? We've already had 1 vote in, which they're not very optimistic with Tidus's future. Looks like one of our followers thinks Tidus is going to die pretty sharpish into the events of Mihen. I'm really hoping he doesn't, because I need him for the rest of this challenge, thank you. So, yeah, I do hope Tidus sticks around this time. But we've got a long way to go to get there. We've still got the events of Luca. We've got the Blitzball Cup, which if you're a follower of mine, you know I hate losing that Blitzball Cup. And it's the fact that the Strength Sphere is going to be very handy. Cometh when we get Riku. So that's going to give us kind of that upper mid mix ability from Riku. What was that then? What overdrive mode was that from Tidus? Hero. Oh, Victor. Got ya. Is that going to be better? No, because he gets a kill each. To be fair, he gets a kill each, what's the name anyway? Each battle. So it's just as quick to use Slayer as it is Victor. I'll check if Kamari's got Victor actually, because that would be really handy for him. Right, 22, which is good. I reckon we can have 8 done in 20 minutes. Great to have new subscriber Lewis. If you're watching, pal, thanks for the love and support, man. Appreciate it. Always good to get more subs and letting me know that I'm doing some good for the Final Fantasy community. Really happy to bring this challenge to you all, and yeah, to pioneer it, but to also kind of, you know, give something back to the community that's given me so much. Rod of Water, more water strike weapons. You can stick your Rod of Water where the sun don't shine, Mr. RNG God. Why have we got Tidus into attack range there? Did I get a critical attack with Kamari then? That is a good question. Nice to get an ambush. Keep us on our toes. Or Tidus might have actually got a critical, to be fair. Must have. I mean, we're already at 80%. We're flying with this back end of getting Tidus's overdrives up. I am sure, though, it's to do with Kamari's attacking. No, we'll just stick to the plan. We'll just stick to Tidus getting... See, he gets the critical there. We get the victory. Fab. Really is a shame that these are kind of armoured. Because if Tidus could get... not even an overkill, just more attack power would equal quicker deaths, which equals quicker overdrives, which equals more overdrives, which equals quicker energy rain. So I'm really hoping we can get this energy rain in the next 15 minutes, because I want a couple of attempts versus the Oblitzerator, and then by about 8:15 I'm going to wrap up. But I think by then we will be able to have basically got got exactly what we wanted, which is energy rain for Tidus, a thunderball for Waka, and moved on to, depending on the time, moved on to or even done the events of Luca. I don't think I'll get the events of Luca done tonight. I think this has just kind of been a bit of a stopgap stream. Great crit there from Tidus. Stopgap stream where I get prepared for the events of Luca, for Mihen, and for Beyond. Trying to think if Tidus's overdrives are going to come in clutch in areas outside, like Jose or the Moonflow. Maybe against the Wasps on the Moonflow, actually. That might be... yeah, maybe against the Wasps. Because you can get the double Wasp encounter, which is quite deadly, to be fair. Because I think they've got a very high degree of inflicting poison. Just wish he did a slightly more damage, Tidus. So that looks like Overdrive number 24. We're on track to get this done before 7:30. The quicker we can get Energy Rain, the quicker I can move on. I've got all of the equipment I need for Tidus now. All I need now is a Water Ward for Whacker, and then I'm set for the Extractor fight. Because if my simulation battles are correct, if I do see if I do see depth charges, I am put into critical HP. And the reason that is important is because I've got then... oh, I'll keep doing this. Kamari. I'm in critical HP. I've actually got a chance of... sorry, I'm not concentrating. I've actually got a chance of still winning that fight, even if I do see depth charges, because Tidus can tank all of the Aqua Shooter attacks versus the Extractor. Obviously, Whacker can't, because he would have, at a minimum, Water Ward. Oh, I forgot to use Tidus' Overdrive. So, it's going to be a case of making sure we get a Water Ward for Whacker. That puts us in probably the second best position we can be in for the Extractor fight. Obviously, the best position is to have someone with Water Ward and someone with Waterproof. And getting that onset, that early onset slow versus the Extractor is, no matter kind of what armor we get, what armor we bring to that battle, that early onset slow versus the Extractor is critical to that fight. It's the thing that matters, because really I even see it being doable without much water protection. So let's say we went into that fight with one Water Ward for Tidus, for instance. I actually still see that fight doable, providing we get an early slow. And the reason we kind of lost it last time, even though it wasn't a legitimate fight, was the fact that we didn't get the early slow. And Extractor just gets too many turns when it's up in the air. So we've just got to make sure that the slow is done. I know it's a bit of a dice roll, and I don't like that. So that's why we've got to make sure that we get the water equipment, because that gives us a fighting chance and enables us to stay in the battle longer. It could even be, here's a thought, it could even be that we pre-damage Tidus into critical HP. And that way, versus the Extractor, and that way we bring him into the Extractor fight, and he's already able to tank every Aqua Shooter attack. Now, the trouble is with that, if we do see depth charges, it's a game over. But what I'm thinking is, with Overdrives, we will guarantee to not see the first depth charges. That might be the strat, actually. Pre-damage Tidus, don't see the first depth charges, because then we can easily tank 2 rounds of depth charges, and by then Tidus would have got on. Tidus would have... Yeah, Tidus would have, I suppose... I'm just thinking this through. Tidus would have to have got on slow by then. So, at the very least, Tidus is probably attacking Extractor 7 or 8 times by then. Now, I don't know if he can get on slow with an Overdrive, so it might have to be Whacker that gets the Overdrive there done. Because the Extractor fight is arguably the thing that worries me most. It's the gateway, though, as well, to Riku. So I think I've got to put in a lot of time, effort, and energy planning out the strategy for the Extractor fight. If I can nail that... Oh, fuck's sake. If I can nail that, this challenge begins. Like, this is basically the prologue. All of this stuff. I see the challenge really beginning once we get Riku. And the only way we do that is if we nail that Extractor fight. Because Tidus is going to be doing what? 140 damage. Whacker with a lightning strike, which we can guarantee to get, is going to be doing about 170. So let's say at a minimum it does 280, 350, 420. With an Overdrive, we can do that extra 80 damage to not see depth charges. But I think by then we will have slow on. Which means not only do we not see depth charges, but we tank the remaining Aqua Shooters. And by then we can get 4 turns when the Extractor rises up again. So by then we will never see depth charges. And at a minimum, Tidus can tank all of the attacks. That's the strat, I think, for Extractor. Pre-damage Tidus. Make him go into that fight in SOS Nulltide. I might have to simulate that, though, if we get there. A fucking long way to go, and some people in the chat are thinking Tidus is going to die either on Mihen or Mushroom Rock. So, 2 of you think he's not getting there. I'm optimistic, though. I think we've got a decent strat for Mihen now, which is more of the tank strategy with Whacker, Kamari, and Auron. They can survive a lot more attacks than Tidus can. Ten defense, 10... Oh, okay, so maybe I'm... Oh, actually, Whacker's got 100 health more, which is good. So technically, he can survive more attacks versus Tidus. Yes, Tidus is quicker, but he's only going to be quicker for the dog. And I've got a feeling I might be able to swap Whacker's weapon and then bring in Tidus straight away versus the dog on Mihen. I mean, at a push, someone takes a bit of damage from the dog. Right, how are we looking? 25. Home straight, folks. Home straight for this Energy Rain grind. I wish I would have done this in Besaid now. But on my next attempt, I will be doing this in Besaid. Or at least, I will be getting Tidus to like 15, 20 overdrives used. It's a lot easier to grind for Tidus's overdrives in Besaid than it is Luca. Much, much easier. Much easier. And then we can get the remaining stuff in Luca when we're grinding for his shields. Because I'm actually thinking now, there isn't any more equipment. There isn't any more elemental equipment that I could do with from the workers, really. Getting them drops to Tidus was just unbelievable. So, not long to go. Not long to go, boys and girls, whoever's watching. Nice crit there as well. Don't want to get an attack in with Kimahri because I've had one too many critical hits from Kimahri at the moment. Oh, we're wasting high potions here. Let me go and sell some to Waka. I wonder how many of those I've wasted. Right. This is why I keep Lulu's Thunder Fury for safekeeping. 7's good. And I get 40% of her overdrive back. And I think she's got Victor now as well. Good job I healed there. I mean, Slayer early doors is just absolutely busted. It is so good. Especially with Lulu and especially with Tidus. In fact, even with Waka, it's really good. Now, the fact that I can basically farm infinite gil for Waka here is a bit of a joke. It's a bit of a loophole, to be fair. So we'll keep 20. Look at that, 50k already. I'm just going to drop in a save. You never know. Right, we've got 4 minutes to do. I doubt we're going to do it by... Hasn't been an optimal last 20 minutes for Tidus, I must admit. So we've got to do 3 overdrives, 4 overdrives. And then we've got Energy Rain. And then I can move on to Oblitzerator. So it's probably going to take us just slightly longer than I anticipated. But we're going to get there. And then once we get their Thunderball from the Oblitzerator, which we should be able to, relatively quickly. I think it took about 6 attempts last time. We can move on. We need at least one lightning strike weapon going into the Luca events to one-shot the fish. And I think the other person has got to have that dark attack, that darkness, that dark touch. I keep doing that with Kimahri, clicking on the wrong one. So here and there, we are getting some really like minute optimizations, but I think they're proving very useful. Like now, I think it's probably best for Tidus or Waka to get a lightning strike weapon before Luca. It's arguably best for me to get a dark touch weapon for Tidus or Waka versus Sinspawn Janae to compensate for that. I've done it again. Need to stop doing that. I keep thinking that second turn is Lulu and not Kimahri. And also, I need to get Energy Rain before Luca. That guarantees the Luca fight. The Luca fights. That Energy Rain. Theoretically, I'm left with more health with Tidus and Waka. So, all of these like minute optimizations that we've been making across the last, 8-9 attempts, proving useful so far. And then I think the last minute optimization is the fact that we've got Null Tide for Tidus or Waka. Because then, at the minimum, we need a Water Ward now for Waka. And if and when we get to the end of... I keep doing that. If and when we get to the end of the events of Mihen, that's where we can grind for one versus the Chocobo Eater. And actually, I think that's our last... That's probably our last grind. No, it isn't. We need to grind for a Sleep Strike weapon versus Gui. But that's a piece of cake. Because all of these different battles are pumping up those Aeon stats. And Ifrit can absolutely wipe the floor with Sinspawn Gui. No question about it. And the Chocobo Eater. So, Gui is not a problem anymore. Neither is the Chocobo Eater. I think the next boss that's going to cause us an issue is going to be the Extractor. And then after that, if I'm honest, I haven't looked too much into Spherimorph and what I need for that. Because on my no Sphere Grid days, it used to be like I used to be able to tank the damage with light curtains, but I might not have those with Riku Steels. Yeah, by then I would have had light curtains and Chocobo feathers. Right, 2 more to go. 2 more overdrive, so we're a couple of minutes behind, but that's fine. Fact is, I'd rather spend the extra 5 minutes getting Tidus prepared than him not prepared. What's 5 minutes in the challenge? That's... Oh, we even got something for Kamari. Fantastic. Null Tide. That could have been for a Waka. Never mind. Nice. I mean, he's got all 4 elements taken care of now as well. Because he's got the wards and he's got the SOS Null Tide now. To be fair, though, it took me 45 minutes to get Tidus's 3 nulls. And a bunch of other weapons. That's the only other piece of armor equipment I've managed to get in the last, what, hour and a bit of grinding. So my perseverance paying off. If I'm honest, though, the only critical piece of armor I think I need from these workers is a Null Tide for Tidus or Waka. Because then I've got flexibility versus the Chocobo Eater as to what I need to grind for then. I.e., which one I need to grind the Water Ward for. If I don't get them during my battles in Besaid. So, yes, it all depends on what happens in Besaid. Moonbangle. That's 2 SOSs. With a free slot. That's beautiful. Slap on a Null Shock. And she can theoretically tank 3 of Seymour's attacks there. Or a specific attack. Nice. And at the very least, we can sell that for a good bit of cash if we need to. So getting some, getting some decent drops here. This is probably the best the best set of drops we've had in Luca so far in the whole challenge. And I think I don't think it's the longest time we've been here, but I think it's the fact that we've reset so many times. We're just getting that good RNG, that reset RNG. I'm glad I saved there and healed. Right, last home straight, folks, to get Tidus his Energy Rain Overdrive. Then we're moving on to Oblitzerator. And in fact, I've just thought we don't have to waste Tidus's Overdrive versus the Oblitzerator. Fantastic crits. Fucking hell. We even got a lightning still. Oh my god. Let's just put it on for a minute. No frost as well. Lovely. We'll take this. Lightning Strike, though, for Tidus is not necessary right now. It's not. Just means he does more damage here. And actually, we can get this done with them having one less attack. It's been a good round of a good round of drops, that was. Look at that, we're already there. This should be the last one. Let me just save up so I'm fully prepared. Yeah, so as I was saying, we don't need to waste Tidus's Overdrive now against the Oblitzerator because the drop's going to be for Whacker, so I'm not really fussed who gets the final attack. I just need the drop to be for Whacker. I don't think I've used Slice and Dice yet. I think it's all been... There we go, Energy Rain, perfect. I think it's all been Slice and Dice. I think it's all been Spiral Cut. Oh shit, we've been using 2 sensors. Never mind. I suppose we don't need that. We need that and we need that. Okay, let's drop a save in. And then we'll start. So we're only 7 minutes behind. Let's just drop another one in. The quicker we can get this Thunderball, the quicker we can move on to Luca. So let's defend and get the Thunder Fury on. For those that have been following, all I need is one hit from a Thunder Fury in order to get the crane started. That's what the mechanics are. It's so weird. Oh shit, I've gone too early here. With Tidus, I need to get his Overdrive back up to get him an Overdrive for the fish. So actually, even if I do get a what's the name here, Thunderball, chances are I won't. Even if I do get a Thunderball here, I need to reset. Yeah, got a Lightning Steel, which would be a fantastic drop. But I've already got one. And I don't need one for this strategy I've got in place. I don't need one. I need the Thunder Steel for Whacker. But actually, I've jumped the gun here. I need to go and get Tidus an Overdrive again. So I'm, what, 4 battles too short. Back to these, folks. How many high potions? So we've even got probably 60 in the kitty as well, which is fantastic. I'm really glad we didn't get a what's her name there for Waka. It would have pissed me off big style if we would have had to reset having got a Thunderball. So 3 more battles. Oh, fucking ambush as well. Tidus getting a crit's a great start though. Two more battles. And then we'll move on to Oblitzerator. The difference in that, just having that one less turn, them taking one less turn, makes all the difference. Right, final battle before Oblitzerator. And wonderful. Right, I've got an overdrive for Tidus for the events in Luca, which is good. Slayer. Waka is on Stoic, and he's got no overdrive. Shit. That's arguably another reason why I need Tidus with... That's another reason why I need Tidus with Energy Rain. I've just thought, though, as well. I know, because Waka will be able to take these out in one hit, I think, with the Lightning Strike. Hey, we can use this crane. So defend. Thunder Fury. Use the crane. I'm not going to waste overdrives here then. I'm just going to attack with Kamari. Because this thing now does not get a turn. Ever. That's another critical from Tidus. Right, it's going to take a couple of resets, this is, folks. I need to ensure that I get that Thunderball for Waka. I've gone here just to make sure that, yeah, so everything's in place. That's great. So I can start from the auto save next time. In fact, I'm just going to have full screen for a bit. Defend, Fury. Come on. I am terrible. This pad is terrible, should I say, at Fury. Oh, it weren't working then. That was weird. That threw me off. That did. It wasn't, like, activated. Nice. Killing it off. Metal ring. Stick it up your ring. Thunderball. Come on, RNG gods. You give me some unbelievable drops so far. Let's not take the piss with this one. I'm going to get... The thing is, I'm going to get this weapon eventually for Whacker with sensor. But I think it's critical we get one for Whacker before the events of Mayhem. See, if I use Thunder, it takes 3 turns. It's fucking bad shit when it comes to Fury. Like, that isn't activated. But actually, if I use it, it does its job. That's weird, that is. See, it got a turn there. Oh, that's a critical. 417. Oh, my God. Another Lightning Steel. It is more likely to give a Thunderstrike weapon, I think, above anything else, which is good, which means I'm more favourable to get a Lightning Strike weapon, but it's just pot luck who I get it for. So, we'll just have to continue. No. Concentrate you. It's odd, man. Sometimes I get 4, sometimes I get 5, sometimes I get 17, sometimes I get 7. So I'm not worried about that attack there, because I don't think that can ever kill Lulu, which is good. And after this, like I said, the Oblitzerator does not get a turn. Ever. Incapacitated. Of course, I get a Thunder Spear. Like I said, we're more likely, actually, of anything to get a Thunderstrike weapon, but we are at in the hands of the RNG god on who we get it for. LG, my man. What's happening, brother? How's it going? How's your day been? Hey, you are late, but you're not missing much, man. It's been an ultra successful Luca, and so far so good. I'm just doing some grinding for Whacker's Thunderball, which I need not only for the Luca pond, the Luca pool, but I need it also for the events of Mayhem. I'm glad you've been busy, man. Is that with work or is that with recreational stuff? So, no proofs, but Tidus now has all 4 null elements on a shield. Not on one shield. Sorry, not on one shield, but he's got all 4 proofs. And the main critical one is that Null Tide, because I've actually got a new strat for the Extractor, which is to pre-damage Tidus going into the Extractor fight. Because actually, I will likely never see depth charges, and I can tank then all of the Aqua shooter damage. Might even just be worth just actually not pre-damaging Tidus, to be fair, and just bringing him in, because he can tank 1 or 2 Aqua shooters. Keep getting bloody Lightning Steel now. This is typical. So yeah, so now Tidus has got Null Tide. That was basically my backup waterproof strategy. So technically no proofs. On another technical, we've got something arguably on par with waterproof for the Extractor fight. And that means now that Tidus is a character to solo Seymour Natus if we ever get that far. Not solo, but you know what I mean. He can tank all of the elemental damage. What else? We managed to get a Lightning Steel for Tidus, which is going to be... I think it'll come up at some point, but I'm actually going to use Whacker with his Lightning Ball in the pond. And Tidus can use the Dark Touch. And I think going forward, I'm going to make sure that I get a Dark Touch of Sinspawn Janae for Waka or for Tidus, and then just make sure the other one gets a Lightning Strike weapon ahead of the events in Luca. Just need to get that Thunderball, and then I'll be all good. Fucking Thundermamba. Jesus. So glad you've been busy, man. How's things going on the channel? How's things going on the next challenge? Is that all done and dusted and all recorded and that? So let's go back to the chat poll while we're waiting for this to turn up. Will Tidus die on Meehan today? 33% of you are saying yes. 33% of you are saying on Mushroom Rock. And 33% of you have faith in Tidus. May not be today. It will likely not be today. I think it's probably going to be tomorrow or later on where I come back to this. I've got some stuff to do this evening. Couple of bits to do. But if possible, I'll try and jump back on. If not, definitely doing a stream tomorrow. And then I'm going to try and do a stream, one stream each of the days over the weekend. I'll definitely be back on Sunday though, if anything. Yeah, at a minimum, it's going to be tomorrow. Tomorrow and Sunday. At a maximum, it's going to be something every day. That did exactly the right amount of damage. That is the worst drop we can get, the Rod of Lightning. Well, the worst Thunder Lightning Strike weapon we can get. So the challenge is recorded, just needs to edit. Now, you mentioned that was a solo challenge. Any other spoilers? Any minor spoilers that you can, or any kind of clues that you want to share? Yeah, buzzing for that, man. Love your kind of one-off challenges. They're always really fun to watch. And if you are watching or watching back on the VOD, feel free to give Luke Goblin in the chat a sub. He's a great Final Fantasy content creator, one of the best out there. Does ace long plays and great solo challenges, or just great challenges for that in general. Nice, 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 nice. Come on, Thunderball. 2 rods of lightning in a row. You're taking the piss. LG, that's the target. By Sunday, I want to have reached Riku. I want to have done Extractor, and I want that boss fight to go perfectly. So at this very moment, I've got the equipment to beat Extractor. The only last thing I need is to grind a Water Ward armor for Waka, which is easier said than done. I guess the only other thing I could possibly do would be to go back to Besaid before that. And to take my chances. And to take my chances versus the Thunderflan for a bit longer. Because I think I get to go back to in order to defeat the Extractor, I'm going to need all the water equipment I can get. It's like the 5th lightning steel I've had now. I've literally had everything but a Thunderball. So I need to read Riku this week. In order to beat BFA, I had to rule bend just a little bit. Oh my god. Is it that bad? What, is it like Overdrives only or something? Even that maybe is a bit too much of a spoiler. A pretty good Luca, I'd say. I'd say it's the best Luca we've had so far in the entire challenge. We've got Tidus with a lightning strike, if we need to use it. We've got Tidus with all 4 element SOSs. The SOS Null Tide being the absolute critical one. I think that's the backup strat now if we don't get a waterproof. Is we make sure we get that Null Tide for Tidus or Waka. Because that effectively acts as our waterproof for the extractor fight. And what else have we got? We've got Dark Touch for Tidus, which is probably going to be quite useful. I would say that's going to be a backup for Waka's Dark Attack. Just a normal solo OSG like other vids. Is this Riku OSG? Riku OSG. No. Auron OSG. And the rule is, in order to beat BFA, you had to teach him use. I don't know. No, I don't think you can defeat BFA with Auron only. Maybe, maybe not. Come on, let's get a Thunderball. Ah, all your RNG for drops has been obliterated, I see. Nice play on words, LG. But yes, yes it has. Now, I think this is like the 10th time we're fighting this thing. Just speed that up a little bit. It's the fact that Tidus gets the final blow. That just doesn't help. But, oh, come on. I've literally had everything now but a Thunderball for Waka. Right, all your RNG for drops has been... so close, I've got a close guess to your challenge. I reckon it's Riku only Sphere Grid. Yeah, Riku only owns Sphere Grid. But what would the, what's her name be? What would the little bend in the rule be? Maybe that you teach her, like, I don't know, or maybe you like give her something that you'd have to that you'd have to grind like hundreds of hours for, like, I don't know. Yeah, I reckon you've kind of bent the rule. No, because that wouldn't be to do with BFA. Right, come on. Let's get a Thunderball. Right person, wrong equipment. Right, so you've done Riku already. Very cold guess there. So it's not Riku, and it's not Auron. Tidus? You've done Tidus solo. Lulu? Nah, don't spoil it, because if it's nearly done, I'd rather wait. I reckon it's probably something like Lulu, but you had to teacher use in order to slow down the pagodas? Come on. Fucking bad. Right, let's hopefully we get the Lulu. Nice. Nice. Looking forward to it, pal. It's going to be good, that. Oh, it's like the 85th lightning steal now from this guy. Very nice. Looking forward to that, LG. I'm hoping I can get this drop in the next 15 minutes. I did think I'd be. I did think I'd get through. I'd get to energy rain a lot quicker than I did. Turns out that wasn't the case. So I've had to use this as a bit of a grinding session. And it's proved very fruitful. With all of those SOS drops for Tidus, pretty much thinking through and nailing the extractor strategy. Now it's critical to either get waterproof or SOS null tide for one of the lads. Was it painful, though, LG, your challenge, solo challenge, because of the lightning strikes? So I reckon, actually, now, you saying that, so in order to be at BF8, I had to rule bend just a little bit.
Hey, we can use this crane.
Maybe that's something to do with you've kept in the other characters and you've allowed them to get hit instead of escaping or something like that. Maybe Lulu can't tank the damage from BFA. Maybe that's what it is. You saying that though, I've also got a multi-parter recorded. I've just got to add commentary to it, and I'm thinking about going through the entire challenge run this weekend and adding just a shitload of commentary to it, then editing it. But like commentating on it as if I was playing the challenge. This is getting ridiculous now. Because editing is not my forte, so... Right, got ya. Okay. I mean, I'm buzzing now. The fact that you've done some something different.
Hey.
I'm actually buzzing for it now, yeah. Last time it took me 6 goes to get this bloody Thunderball. Yeah, editing, man. I mean, fair play to my editor. He does a great job with the stuff I send him. But even that, it's like, it's expensive at times. And like some of the challenges I've done are, I think I've said to the chat before, some of the challenges I've done, one's like 40, 50 hours worth of content. This just sucks, man. The fact that I can't get a Thunderball for Whack-At when I want one. Yeah, the fact that I've got like 40, 50 hours on one challenge recorded. The other one is arguably anywhere up to 100 hours. Ugh. 100 hours of footage. No commentary, so I've got to add commentary to it, and no editing. That's just gonna take an absolute lifetime to edit down. But that is the one I've done. The one challenge I've done has not been done ever before in a Final Fantasy game, and it was arguably the most fun I've ever had playing that game. It was an insane challenge. Not to blow my own trumpet, but it was absolutely... It was brutal, but it was so much fun. Come on, is this the one? Is this the one? Yes, Beak, what you saying, man? How's it going? Thanks for joining in on the fun. We're towards the back end, man, but thanks. Oh, Andrew Crane, you are the bringer of RNG good luck, man. I swear to God, I've been after that Thunderball now for about half an hour. LG, what you saying? Yesterday I went to Adamance's stream and he instant lost his run. Oh, for God's sake. Right, let's get these boys set up. So, him with that. No, fuck, no, not the official ball. So I'm going to get the boys set up for the offense of Luca. I'm going to have him with +3 defense. Tidus with more HP. And him with the dark touch. And we can put a save in. Always bring in the goods, bro. Always, man. Always bring in that good RNG to the, to the stream. Loving it. We've actually found a waterproof, a water armor for Tidus. Now we've got the backup strategy. So we got this drop, this SOS Nulltide drop. And what that means is we've got the strategy in place now for one of the tough bosses to come. It's like in 3 or 4 bosses time. It just means we can practically guarantee that fight now, which is good. So we don't need that yet. The dark touch is going to prove good. We got the Thunderball for whack at, and we got a free slot in there, and we got the defense +3. So now it's good. It's good. That happened about an hour ago. What I'm going to have to do is, though, folks, I know a few of you just joined. I did plan on doing this up until the events of Beyond Luca, but let me just have a think. You know what? Fuck it. We're going to carry on for a bit. We're going to get this. We're going to get this Blitzball Cup one, and then we'll get the Luca events done as well. So praying for some good RNG here, boys, with the blitz off. Fucking shit, man. Grav getting the ball first is not good. He's not good. Come on, boys. 3-man attack. 3-man attack. You know, I hate losing this Blitzball Cup. What I do like, though, is when the boys do the right amount of RNG. I appreciate the love and support, lads. Right, left side, left side, left side. Abus on the attack is fucking deadly. Especially with that speed. Jasu on defense, though. So we got the Null Tide. That's arguably the best thing that could have happened during this stream. Okay, Tidus, go into the little pocket there. That's what I want. So I can break to Abus. And yeah, my man's got enough pass to get to Tidus for the, hopefully for a goal. I'm just really hoping. I'm starting to wonder whether it is best to go for an early goal. We should get a goal here. It should not go down. Oh, for fuck's sake. Come on. Datto is the GOAT, man. 8 versus 8, though, and he's just saved 10 versus 8. He's not good. Right. Jasu blocking and not catching there is bad. Is bad. But Dats is on the ball. He's on the ball. Dats is an absolute trooper. Not versus these pair, though. Right, I'm just going to have to pass. I think that's Letty in central defence. And hoping. That's what I was hoping for. Right, I'm going to pass to Tidus. Hopefully he gets... Hopefully his endurance stays intact versus versus the defender. So I've got to break here and then shoot. That's fantastic. Double save. I cannot believe it. That's bullshit. That is utter bullshit. Here we go. Shoot. Pass. Who's he passing to? Bixen. Right side, boys. Come on. Oh. Letty's got the ball. He's on the ball. Pass to Auton Tidus. This has got to be third time's the charm here. Fucking hell. That's unreal, man. He's done +2 and catch for the last 3 shots. Tidus has gone, lads, from all that battling in Luca. He's gone. The legs have gone. Left side, come on. Left side. Be a typical Balgurda and go for that shot. You silly woman. Oh, he's going for A-bus. This is a goal, I reckon. Unless Jasu can get to him, this is a goal. So normal. Unless Jasu's on the offensive here, this is a goal. Fucking bot doing 10 and then actually only doing 6. That's ridiculous. Theoretically, though, we should. Nah, this is saved. Easy. Don't know why he didn't catch it there, though. Right, at least we haven't lost the ball. And at least it's 0-0 going into half time.
The goers are just playing great, Baba. Really great.
The goers are not playing great. Oh, for fuck's sake. Rowdy got an extra catch as well. So they're even worse in the second half. Right, let's get the Jek shot. Jasu doesn't get anything. And we'll set up our usual Grav strat on the defence. Jasu's going to be on top of Bixen. Botter's going to be on top of Bixen. Datto would have scored a hat-trick already, I reckon. I was silly to get it to Tidus. I should have left it to Datto. Great start for the boys, though. Now I just need Tidus to attack. Attack, you numpty. Attack. I need to draw out Balgurda. Break and dribble. Come on. That's it. Go into that little pocket there, mate. Because ideally, I could do with getting a goal without Jek shot and then a goal with Jek shot. He should, surely, he can't save this. Thank God. 1-0 to the boys. Let's go. So I've still got the Jek shot in the kitty. I just need to get the ball back. And then get a goal. So So come on, the boys. Right, defense, mark mode. What the fuck is Tidus doing on his own? Come on. Mark mode, lads. Mark mode. Right, this is why I like the Grav strat, because as soon as Grav releases that ball, I can then either go right or left side, and then the boys will basically attack one of the strikers. Now, if Botter doesn't get this... Botter's terrible. He's got terrible RNG, man. Two-man breakthrough, then shoot. Botter is the worst player on this team. This is 1-1. So at least we get the goal back, and at least we can kind of make a decent effort to go and get a eject shot. I think we've got enough time before the 3 minutes to do a eject shot. Okay, let's go, let's go, let's go. Right, I just need to switch to normal mode. Break and dribble. And Tidus, please attack, you numpty. Please attack, please attack. He's on the defensive. Right, that'll have to do. Jet shot takes about 45 seconds, I think. No break. Shoot. Jet shot. I think this is actually a quicker jet shot, so this takes about 35 seconds. Get in! Come on, the boys. Let's go. What an unbelievable comeback. The crowd is going wild. Oh, that was only at 2:45, and we had the cutscene. Very interesting. Is it Botter or is it Datto that says he's warming the bench? And we get the blitz off in the second half. Come on, lads. Come on, the boys. Right. I'm not saying I'm going to kill time, but I'm going to take my time now. And it just so happens that Letty is going to take the piss now in midfield. The Jit Geek All-Stars, LG, you know, man, you know what I'm talking about. The Jit Geek All-Stars are arguably unbeatable. These could take on any team. Any team. I could take on the Albed Sykes with this team. Easy, man. Who's Nimruk? That's what I'm saying. Nimruk who? So if you go ahead after drawing, the cutscene comes early, does it? I never knew that. You learn something every time, man, in this game. I tell you, you learn something new every time in this game. I'm gonna try and get Whacker on the score sheet here. To be fair. Yeah, Jit Geek All Stars with that insane comeback, man. Now let's see if I can get another shot with Whacker and the Venom shot. This should be another goal. Yeah, come on the boys. Come on the boys. No chance they're getting a goal now. No chance. You can dribble all you like. I'm just going to hold the pad. Just... If it's before 2.5 minutes. Oh, right, okay. I'll have to remember that, you know, because I could use that to my advantage, is to kind of save Tidus's shot strategically. Got the strength sphere, as usual. Right, this is the thing I am half bricking it about, to be honest. So Whacker can definitely take them out. That's a great start. And he's got the darkness on. Wonderful. So actually, Tidus, I'm going to switch weapons with. No, I'm not. I'm just going to take this guy out, to be fair. Has Whacker got Slayer? No, Whacker hasn't got Slayer. Shit. But I don't think that's an issue. With that in mind, then, actually what I'm going to do is a bit of... I'm going to do a bit of weapon manipulation here. I'm going to switch back to, what's her name, having the dark attack. I'm going to switch Tidus to having lightning strike because I need him to get the one-shots here. So I'm going to let Whacker take care of one of these. Getting an overkill where it doesn't matter. 2 hits isn't bad. So actually, I'm going to get Tidus. I need Tidus into the... Hang on. Let's see if I can get Darkness to hit here, because that would be good. So I've got Darkness to hit. Right, now I switch Whacker's weapon to Poison Touch. That'd be good. And I switch Tidus to the Lightning Steel, which is good. But now I can get more kills in with Tidus doing lightning damage and getting a Slayer Overdrive mode activated as well. So it's doing just shy of what I need. But now I've got Tidus with another what's her name? With another Overdrive. Now, is this the 4? Yes, it is. Perfect for Tidus's Energy Rain Overdrive. This is why I brought Tidus to the table with Energy Rain here. Just for this very moment. And he gets the 80% back. Now, arguably, what I'm thinking is I put Whacker in defense mode now. And... I've done it now. I just hope they don't both go for Whacker. Oh, what a miss. What a miss. That is... What a Luca that was. What a Luca. What a Luca. Now, the backup strat here is, versus the Garuda, if I need to keep Whacker in defense mode and apply Darkness, I can do that through Tidus. So I'm actually going to swap Tidus's weapon to the Dark Touch now. Because he can take... Shit, Whacker can't. So, let's hopefully get that Darkness on. Lovely. And we'll get the Power Break on. Is this guy immune to slow? Might even use some overdrives here, to be fair. Is it immune to slow? I don't think it is. Right, that's a good... Oh, fucking hell, I've even got the slow in as well. But it's got that bloody counter attack. So let's get Tidus with the +5. Oh, the batteries have gone. Just bear with me. Right, the critical moment, the batteries go. Just bear with me. Only problem about having the wireless. Right, I'm probably more interested now in getting... I can't afford for Whacker now to be hit. So I'm just going to have him in defense mode. And what I'm going to do is actually on his next turn, I'm going to swap him into a sensor weapon. Just so I can understand what the health's all about. 856. Perfect. I need to see actually if that oh, power brakes on. Right, so that'll do. That's fine. So even if it does land a sonic boom, Whacker should be okay. Which it's not going to do. Right. And it's still under darkness. Perfect. I'm not going to risk it. I'm going to keep... I might just take it out now with Auron. Oh, I got the overkill. Perfect. Perfect. Managed that really well. Boy's doing really well there, coming in clutch. I'll get a fucking ice mamba. Can't actually get a water ward from that, I've just thought. But I'm not going to do all of that and grind for a water ward there. It's just too much anxiety. So I'm so glad. I am honestly so glad I did that today. And you were all here to support the Jit Geek All-Stars. I know it was the power of the chat and the power of the watchers that got us through that battle. That was clutch. Clutch. That was arguably the best Luca we've had in a while. In fact, I reckon that was the best Luca we've had. Not going to equip Auron with that. Let's just see what shit we've got to sell, if anything. Oh, 2 free slots though. That's nice. When we'll ever need 2 free slots on a weapon with Lulu, I don't know though. So, I mean, look at all this. Look at that, nearly 1,000. And we got 50 grand in the kitty. In fact, I'm just going to top up on them. I get antidotes actually. Looking pretty good, folks. So what we'll do is we'll slap a save in. We'll get prepared for Mihen, or prepared-ish. I'm thinking we go with the tank strategy with Whacker, Auron, and Kimari to tank more ambushes. We'll see how we go with that. I don't think if we get a non-ambush, I don't think we can die. I think Whacker eventually gets a turn. Right, we've already got the 1,000. We have the laughing scene. And then we're in here. So you, my friend, need that. And I'm probably going to go with defense with you. You're going to need those. Actually, no, we can go here with... There's more physical enemies, or is there? No. He's going to take out the eye in one encounter. We might get the ice, but that's only the ice enemy. That's only likely to hit us once. So I'm more interested actually in more defense there. In more HP with Whacker. Tidus then we can have in the background with SOS Null Blaze. And that Water Strike if we want to bring him in versus the dog. Oh, should have seen how much that was, to be fair. Lulu, we're going to use as... I don't think we're going to have anything on her, so we'll just equip that. No. Can't have that. Yeah, we'll fuck it, we can have that. And then... That's actually going to come in clutch, to be fair. That Null Frost. On its own. So we'll have the double ice with Lulu. And then Yuna's going to have... We'll have her with that. And then the +10. I need to find where that bloke is in the blue shirt with the HP +10 and the Fire Ward. Right, I think we are set up now for Mihen. And I know the last few times we've been set up in Mihen and we've started in Mihen, things haven't gone well. But I think this is the best we could possibly be right now on this save. So, folks, I'm going to end it there. It's 8:30 and it's been a fantastic stream. 2.5 hours deep. We've got Mihen to do. That's a long old straight. And then we've got the Chocobo Eater. Then we've got the Mushroom Rock. Then we've got Sinspawn Gui. If you joined us in the chat, absolutely amazing to have you all with me. Love all the support. Love the chats and the comments. Love you interacting on the chat questions as well. I'll keep those answers in mind for when we traverse the difficulties of the Mihen High Road. And like I said, at a minimum next stream, you're right, LG, I do want to get Riku. At the most, I want to probably get to Spherimorph if we can. Next stream's likely going to be tomorrow, and then at a minimum it will be Sunday as well. But if I can get one in Saturday afternoon or Saturday evening. So if you join us in the chat, great to have you with us as always. Smash the like button if you haven't already. Drop a comment, let me know what your thoughts are on the channel, on the challenge, on the attempt, on anything you want. And I will catch you all on the next one. Take it easy. Take care. Bye for now.